Could you please explain how the expatriate tax regime works for those moving to France? Hervé, this may be one for you.
First, it is not for all Americans moving to France. It is clearly a regime that is for for non-residents that would be called by the company to work in France. So you have to benefit from this regime, which is very interesting. You have first to have a work contract that says that your company requests you to come to France. And in this contract, then would be defined what is the premium that the company gives you for an expatriation. So it can be your company that tells you to come to France, or you can have a new contract and come to France to work for this company. But globally, it is not open to everyone, and you have it is open to those who have the movement, I would say, to come to France to work for a foreign company. After that, it is very interesting because during 8 years, in fact, your premium for expatriation is not taxed, to remain quite simple. Yes, I think it needs quite some paper before coming in France, and informing the tax office that you are considered as an expatriate, etc.
Right. So that's the key thing, and I guess that's what makes it quite challenging. There must be some sort of affiliated company already in France that's hiring you from that related company in the US.
Yes.
Okay.
And it is dedicated usually for high potentials, in fact. So someone that you will get in the US or elsewhere and say, please come to France and I am ready to pay for that.
Right. And is there some sort of, as a high potential, is there like a minimum income that they're looking at, roughly?
No, there is no minimum. But in fact, you will need a lot of papers because to define the premium, you will have to compare your salary with the average salary in the same position in France. So, for example, if you are paid 20% more because you were coming from outside, then these are those 20% which won't be taxed.
Okay. I see. As well, so you get a tax break on the increment or the bonus that you're getting for moving to France. As well as, do you get tax breaks on potential capital gains, like if you sell capital assets?
Yeah, there are quite another list of advantages because you will have, in fact, for example, you come from the US, you had some stock in the US. If you sell them, then your capital gains will be taxed only for the half, etc.
Okay, that's pretty interesting.
And there is quite a literature because what happens if I come, then my family comes the next year, etc. So there are a lot of conditions, and in a way, it is quite a dangerous regime. So I think it is important to inform the tax office, show that everything is in order, not to have a bad surprise a few years later.
Right. So, in other words, you should submit paperwork in advance of the move to make sure everything is okay.
Yes, the text clearly says that you should have a work contract before coming in France and saying what will be the bonus for expatriation, etc. What will be the special.
And roughly how long would the regime be available to that person?
The regime will be available for 8 years.
8 years, up to 8 years.
And it is not open to people who are French tax resident in the 5 years before coming.
Right.
But when you are in the regime, then, for example, you can work 1 year in Germany and come back, and then the regime continues. So it can be quite complicated, yes.
Right.
But of course, it can be very interesting for some people.
Right. After the 8-year period, do you have to leave and go back? Or suppose you really like it in France and you want to stay?
No. The objective is to have people of high potential coming to France. So we are ready to make an effort on taxes. But globally, that's the way I know after 8 years, you are a normal French tax resident.
Okay. Understood. Thank you.
But you had time to get inhabited. Which is good.
So if you're a 6, 7, or 8-figure investor, entrepreneur, or business owner who needs a tailor-made solution from a qualified team of professionals, we can help you achieve the international lifestyle, the freedom, and even the tax savings you're looking for. Visit us at htj.tax and live that international life.